comfortable seated position on your mat. And just cross the legs and sit however feels most comfortable for you. And just become aware of your natural breathing, the natural space that you have within your lungs. If it feels comfortable for you, you can close off the eyes. That's quite a challenge to do so, just lower down the gaze. And now with your right hand, place it onto your chest and the left hand onto your belly. And just focus on how your chest rises and how your chest falls as you breathe. As we move throughout the day, we tend to only use parts of our lungs. So we're going to really focus on creating that space and use the whole of our lungs that we have available. Placing your fingertips beside you, you're going to lift up your right hand, scooping your hand over, and you're just going to do a gentle stretch to warm up the spine to the left hand side. Opening up and looking up to the sky if it feels comfortable for you. Exhaling, rotating the arm back down, coming back to your fingertips on the floor. Inhaling, lifting up that left arm this time, raveling all the way around. And you're going to face the sky if it feels comfortable for you. Stretching out, back into center. Inhaling, you're going to roll your shoulders all the way up to your ears. Exhaling them all the way back. And as you roll them back, you want to really feel them. Really wring out any stress that you have in your shoulders. Just one more roll here. So inhale, roll up to your ears. Exhale, back down your spine. Inhale, rolling them up. Exhaling them back down your spine. Coming across onto a tabletop position. So you want your knees to be an equal distance apart and both hands grounded into the floor. And really spider out your fingers. And we're going to warm up the spine here. So we're going to inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest. Exhaling, rounding out the spine. You're going to lift up those shoulder blades, really round out every single vertebrae. Inhaling, dropping the chest, lifting up. Exhaling, rounding out your spine. Lifting your shoulder blades high. One more time, dropping the belly, lifting the chest, really shining your chest forward, pushing into the ground. Exhaling, rounding out your spine, pushing your shoulder blades high. Coming back to a neutral spine now. You're just going to move any movement that you feel you need in your spine. So make any shapes, any direction. Just really ravel out every single part of that spine. And just wake it up for the practice. Rolling out. And it doesn't matter what it looks like. Just focus on every single movement that is in the spine. And coming back to that tabletop position. And you're going to press back your right foot, tucking under your toe and pushing it into the floor. Inhaling, you're going to lift up your left arm, followed by your right leg. And just stretch out here. And you're going to really start to feel the stretch. Flexing into your right foot, really pushing into that foot, almost as if there's a wall against your right foot. And your left arm is being pulled in the opposite direction. Inhale, you're going to ravel all the way in, tucking your nose as close to your nose as possible. Exhaling, raveling all the way back out. Stretching out, flexing into that right foot. Inhaling all the way back in. Exhaling, feel if you can go any longer, stretching out your whole body, creating that nice long line from the tips of your fingers down your spine to the flexed right foot. Inhale, bring it all the way back in and hold it in tight. Exhale, place it back down. Move over to the left side, so tucking under your left toe this time. Inhaling, stretching out to your right arm. Lifting up your left foot. Flexing into that left foot. Really pushing the wall away. Imagine there's a wall pushing to your left foot. Inhale, bring it all the way in. Exhale, bring it all the way back out. Stretching out as long as you can go, really feeling that stretch. Almost as if someone's holding onto your hand and they're pulling it forward. Inhaling, bringing it together. Exhaling, creating that space in your spine. Lengthening, stretching. Inhale, bring it all the way back together. Exhaling, placing it back down on the floor. And we're just going to move through 2 more cat-cows. So inhale, drop the belly, lift that chest. Exhaling, rounding out the spine, really pushing out between the shoulder blades. Inhale, drop the belly, lift that chest. Exhale, lifting those shoulder blades. And as you come back to a neutral spine, widen off the knees, bring your toes together and sit back into a child's pose position. And you're going to walk your hands slightly forward. And when they won't walk any further, and your heels are now closer together to your legs, exhaling, placing your forehead onto the floor. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, you're going to rise to your fingertips. If you need to bring your forehead off the floor, you can do. And just feel that stretch within your shoulders. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, walk across to the right hand side. You're going to create a nice banana shape in the body. Keeping onto your fingertips, feeling that stretch along the left hand side of your body. Inhale and exhale. Walking back to the center, keeping on those fingertips. You're going to really start to feel this stretch within your shoulder blades and in your upper spine. Inhale and exhale, walk across to the left hand side now, feeling that stretch within the right hand side of the body. Inhale and exhale. Inhale back to center, staying on those fingertips for 1 more breath. Inhale and exhale, placing your palms back down, followed by your forehead. Inhale, picking up your right hand, you're going to thread it underneath your left arm, placing your shoulder onto the floor. Inhale, raveling up your left arm to the sky. Exhaling, placing it onto your lower back. It's part of the sacrum. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 1 more breath. Inhale and exhale. Unravel that left arm, reach it to the sky. Exhaling, placing it down onto the ground. Untucking that right arm, reaching it as far forward as it would go. Placing the forehead back down. Inhale, lifting that forehead back up, picking up the left hand this time, threading it underneath your right arm. Inhaling, lifting your right arm to the sky. Exhaling, placing it onto your lower spine. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, unraveling that right arm, reaching it high to the sky. Exhaling, placing it on the ground. Untucking that left arm, reaching it far forward as you go. And as you inhale, coming back into that tabletop position. And now we're going to reach both palms forward, keeping your hips up this time. And you're just going to feel that stretch within the shoulder blades as you bring your chest closer to the ground. And if it feels comfortable for your neck, look at your hands. But if not, look to the floor. Inhale and exhale. Try and bring your chest as close to the ground as it will go into coming into puppy stretch. Inhale and exhale. We're going to really create space now within that shoulder blades. Inhale and exhale. One more breath here. Inhale and exhale, coming back up into that tabletop position and just moving your hands one step forward, tucking under those toes. Inhale, lifting your knees just that little bit off the floor. And you're going to inhale, you're going to slowly move forward, straightening out your legs. Exhaling, you're going to move back, placing your knees back on the floor. Inhale, coming back up, moving forward, slowly straightening out those legs. You're on your tippy toes behind you, pushing into the ground. Exhaling back, dropping the knees. One more time now. Inhale, picking up those knees, stretching forward so your nice long spine, pushing into your heels, really feeling the floor being pushed away. Exhaling, dropping the knees. Pushing back into that child's pose position, but only holding for one breath here. Inhale and exhale, coming back into that tabletop position, lifting those knees and slowly, very slowly moving into your first downward dog of the class. Placing your feet just equal distance apart, so hip distance apart, and bringing your hands forward if they need to. And you want to feel equal weight between your hands and your feet. Really feeling a nice stretch within the top of your spine and engaging your core. And it doesn't matter if your heels don't touch the floor. Inhale and exhale. Really take a deep belly breath here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Bending the knees, looking between the hands. You're going to take tiny steps all the way forward to the top of your mat. Just hanging here in a ragdoll position, bending into those knees, crossing over at the elbows, lowering the head. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. Letting go of those arms. And you're going to slowly bend those knees, lower the sit bones slightly. And you're going to rise up, but keeping those knees bent. Bringing your hands in front of you. Really feeling those thighs engaged, tucking under the tailbone. Coming into a chair pose position. Feeling the strength within your thighs. Really tucking under that tailbone. Exhaling, standing up. You're going to start to feel the fire burn within your thighs, creating that space within the body. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, rising your hands as high as they will go to the sky. Exhaling, bringing your hands through heart center. Folding all the way down, placing your hands on the floor. Inhale, straighten out your spine, fingertips to the floor or to your shins, lengthening out your neck. I'm just going to be here for one breath. Inhale and exhale. Folding back down, placing the hands back on the floor, stepping back with your right foot, followed by your left foot. Just hold here for one breath. Inhale. Exhale, dropping the knees, untucking the toes, lowering the chest all the way down to the ground. Inhale, scooping that chest forward, pointing into those toes, really engaging those thighs here, and almost squeezing together the shoulder blades. Exhaling back down to the ground, pushing into the floor, coming back into that downward dog position. And just pedal out your dog here. So just really feel the different sensations within each foot and within each leg. Really feeling the stretch every time you land one of the feet. Coming back into stillness now. Inhale, you're going to ripple forward as slow as you can go, moving at a snail's pace, coming into a high plank position, really pushing into your heels here and pushing into the shoulder blades. Inhale and exhale, dropping the knees, untucking the toes, lowering your chest all the way down to the ground. Inhale, lifting that chest again, pointing those toes, really squeezing those shoulder blades together, engaging those thighs. Exhaling back down, flowing back into that downward dog position. And we're just going to be here for 3 deep belly breaths. So inhale, breathe from the lower belly. Exhale, let it all out. Inhale, breathe from the belly. Exhale, let it all out. One more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Bending at the knees, you're going to look between the hands and you're going to step or jump to the front of the mat. Peeling those fingertips off the floor, straightening out your spine. Fingertips are going to come to the shins or stay on the floor, whichever feels best for your legs. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, folding back down, really melting your head to the floor. Inhale, bending at the knees, coming back into that chair pose position. So here, really tucking under that tailbone, scooping those arms so you've got really solid fingers, feeling those thighs engaged. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale, standing back up into that standing position. One breath here. Inhale and exhale. Moving your weight into your right foot now, picking up your left foot. You're going to step back to the back of the mat. Your left foot is going to be parallel to the back of the mat, and your right foot is going to be shooting forward. And just test your balance here. And just feel that if you're centered, and as you inhale, bringing your hands in close together, exhaling, reaching your hands out as far as they will go, bending into that right knee. Inhale and exhale. Really just feel your shoulders here. Perhaps give them a little roll. Can you feel any tension release from your shoulders? And as you bend even further into that right knee, try and keep yourself centered. And your gaze is going to be over your right hand. But just pay attention also to your left hand. Is it also shooting back? You want your arms to be like the horizon, stretching really long in both directions. Inhale and exhale. You're going to start to feel some heat now. One more breath. Hang in there. Inhale. Exhale, placing your forearm onto your leg. Inhale, scooping out the chest, lifting it high to the sky, twisting, opening up, looking up to your hand if it feels comfortable for you. And just focus on your left foot now. Can you feel the outside edge of your left foot glued down to the floor? Inhale and exhale. Creating that space within your upper spine, Inhale and exhale. One more breath. Inhale, exhale, unraveling those arms, coming back into that warrior two position. You're going to really start to feel the heat burn. One more breath. Inhale, exhale. Finally, we can straighten that right leg. Inhale, reaching far forward to the right hand side. Exhaling, mounting down, placing your right hand onto your shin, lifting up your left hand to the sky. If it feels comfortable for your neck, look up. But it's okay, we can keep looking down. And try just here, have a bit of fun and close off your eyes. And see what that does to your balance. And see whether you can stay standing. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. Inhale and exhale, coming back up with straight legs. Hands are going to go on the hips this time. And you're just going to pivot to the front with your hips and bringing your back foot slightly in further to a 45-degree angle. And just move your right foot slightly further out so it's a bit closer to the edge of the mat. Clasping your hands together this time, reaching out your hands behind you. Inhale. Exhale, you're going to melt down, bringing your right shoulder in between your right knee. And your top of your head is going to be facing the floor, coming into that humble warrior position. You're going to really feel the space opening within your shoulder blades. And exhaling, opening further. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Finally releasing those arms. Just pivoting that back foot onto your toes behind you. And just have a little play around with your balance. So see how your thighs feel. And see where you're feeling the tension. And just every time you breathe, send energy into that location. Placing the knee down and tucking the toe. Placing your hands back on to your thigh. Inhale and exhale. Picking up your left foot, and if you can, grabbing hold of it. But if you can't, don't worry, just place your hand onto the lower spine. Inhale and exhale, and if you can, look over your left shoulder. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. Inhale, exhale. You're going to feel a really nice stretch into your thigh here. So let go of your foot, place your hands back down on the floor. And just balance out your weight again. So push back into your other leg, lifting your right toes, flexing into your feet. Exhaling, placing them back down. Coming back forward. Inhale, reaching as far back as possible, flexing into that foot. Exhaling, placing that back. Now bringing both hands in between your foot and just tiptoe your right foot now to the edge of the mat. And you're just going to play around with your weight here. So really feel like your hands are grounded, tucking under the back knee. If it feels any tension or if it's quite challenging, just keep the knee down, you'll still get the benefits of the pose. Inhale, lifting the knee, pushing into that left heel. This is okay for you, stay here. If you want the next challenge, lower down onto both forearms. Inhale and exhale. Stay here for 2 more breaths, but you can just stay here, whatever feels best for your body today. Inhale and exhale. Really pushing into that left heel. 1 more breath. Inhale and exhale. We're going to pick up the right foot, step back into that high plank position. Exhale, push straight back into that downward facing dog. Oh, you're going to really feel it in the hips here. I'm definitely feeling it in mine. Pushing back and pedaling out that downward facing dog. And 3 belly breaths here. So come back into stillness, pushing the mat away, really pushing your weight back into your heels. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. Inhale, exhale, bending at the knees, looking between the hands, step or jump forward. Peeling those fingertips off the floor, bringing them to your shins or keeping them on the floor. Inhale and exhale, melting all the way back down over your legs. Inhale, scooping up your arms, bringing them high to the sky, scooping up all those clouds and bringing them back to your heart center. Standing tall in Tadasana. We'll now repeat the other side. So here we go. Bringing your weight into your left foot, picking up your right foot this time, placing it so it's parallel to the back edge of the mat. Your left foot is going to be facing forward. And just stretch out and just ensure that you have enough space between both feet. Inhale, exhale, reach out both arms. And it sometimes helps to push the weight into the right outside edge of your foot. And again, pay attention to that back arm. And as you exhale, sink that little bit lower and just focus on being centered. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. Inhale and exhale, placing the forearm onto the ground, scooping the right arm over above your head, opening up that space, and just feeling all the weight travel up your body and releasing from your hand. And anything that doesn't serve you today is emptying from your body. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, unravel those arms and finally straighten out that left leg. One breath. Inhale. Exhale, reaching as far forward as you go. Planting the hand down onto your thigh, lifting up your right arm. Stretching out, lifting your neck if it feels comfortable. And have that little play again. Close off the eyes. See how much you wobble. But it's okay. It's all part of the fun. Inhale and exhale. One breath. Inhale. Exhale, coming back up with straight legs. Bringing your hands to your hips. And just pivoting that foot. So keeping your front foot where it is. And your back foot is going to be 45 degrees, slightly further in. And your hips are going to be facing forward. Clasping your hands behind your back. Bending into that front knee. Straightening out. Inhale. And exhale, melting all the way forward. Bringing your shoulder inside of your left knee. Lifting your hands all the way up to the sky. And the top of your head is going to be pointing down. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath, really feeling that space open between your chest, between your shoulders, where your heart is. Inhale. And exhale, finally releasing those hands to the floor. Placing your back foot slightly further away, just tucking under your toes here. So just now, pressure into your heel and just have a little play around with your weight. See how your balance is feeling. And placing your knee down. Inhale, picking up your hands, placing them on your thigh. Just one breath here. Inhale and exhale. Picking up your right leg this time. Looking back. If you can, grab hold of it. If not, your hand is fine on your sacrum. That's absolutely fine. Looking back. Inhale. And exhale. One breath. Inhale. And exhale, looking back forward, releasing those hands. And just picking up your knee now and moving your hands in between your foot and walking your left foot outside to the edge of the mat. And just, again, playing around with that weight here. And just feeling how your tension is within your hip. You're going to feel a really nice stretch within the right side of your body. Inhale and exhale, and either stay here or lower the knee. Keep the knee up and lower down to your forearms for 2 breaths. So inhale and exhale. 1 breath. Inhale and exhale. If you're down on your forearms, come back up. Placing your hands equal distance apart in front of you, stepping back into that high plank position. Exhaling, pushing back into that downward facing dog. Feeling how your hips feel now and how you've created space within your hips and within your chest. And keep pedaling out your feet just for 1 more breath. Inhale and exhale. Coming back to stillness now. Inhale, you're going to lift your right leg to the sky, flexing into the foot. Inhale, you're going to bring it forward and bring it as close to your nose as it will go. Exhaling, back up to the sky, flexing into that foot. Inhale, bring it as close to your nose as it will go. Inhale, back up 1 more time. Inhale, bring it forward, placing it between your hands. Dropping the back knee, lifting up, placing your hands. And just breathe here. We're really feeling that space opening between your hips. Releasing any tension. Inhale and exhale. With your left hand scooping it above, rising to the sky, hooking it over your right knee, bringing your hands to prayer in front of your chest and looking up. Either stay here, or if you want that little bit of extra challenge, lift that left knee. But it's okay, you can stay down. Inhale and exhale. 1 more breath. Inhale, exhale, pivoting back in front. Exhale, placing your hands back down, stepping back into that high plank. And we're just going to hold here for 2 breaths. So inhale, exhale, release any tension through your hands into the ground. 1 more breath. Inhale, exhale, either lower down through chaturanga or dropping the knees, untucking the toes, lowering your chest all the way to the floor. Inhale, shining that light forward. You're going to point the toes. Exhaling, rotating back into that downward facing dog position. And just stretch out. We're going to be here for 3 deep belly breaths. Inhale and exhale, really feeling that space that you've created within your lungs and the space that you've created with your thoughts. Inhale and exhale, let anything go that doesn't serve you right now. You don't need it. Inhale and exhale. Bringing your weight into the right foot, lifting up your left foot this time, flexing into the foot. Inhale, bringing it as close to your nose as it will go. Exhaling all the way back up. Bringing it in as close to your nose, really push in between your shoulder blades. Exhaling, back up 1 more time. Inhale, bringing it all the way to your nose. Exhaling all the way back up. And bringing it all the way through your hands. Placing it down, dropping the back knee. Coming back up. I don't know about you, you're going to start to feel the heat burn as well. And you're going to feel your heartbeat start to race. Inhale, you're going to scoop up your right arm. Exhaling, placing it over your knee. Bringing your hands to prayer. And if you want, you can stay here. But if you would like that extra challenge, whatever suits you today, lift up your knee and look up. Inhale and exhale. 1 more breath. Inhale and exhale. Looking back down to the ground, placing your hands back on the floor. stepping back into that high plank position. And we're just going to do some ripples here. So inhale, coming forward onto your tiptoes. Exhaling, rippling back into downward facing dog. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale, you're going to ripple all the way back to that high plank position, really pushing into your hands into the floor. Exhaling, back into that downward dog position. One more time. Inhaling all the way forward, high plank position. Exhaling all the way back. Inhale. And exhale, you're going to slowly lower the knees, wide to the mat, toes are going to tuck, coming down into that child's pose position. And how nice it feels to be resting on the floor, but feeling the benefits of this pose. Inhale and exhale. If it feels comfortable for you, you can lower the elbows, bring your hands to prayer above your head, and bring it behind onto the back of your neck. And this is just a grounding position that calms your heart. Inhale and exhale. Placing your hands back down and just come back into those fingertips that we were at the start of the class. And just feel how it feels in your shoulders now. Whether you feel any less tension that you had at the start. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. Slowly walking your hands in now. Coming back up, bringing your knees together and sitting back onto your toes, so tucking under your toes. If that feels really uncomfortable for you, just keep your toes untucked. And just really stretch out this fascia that we have in the bottom of our feet that wraps all the way over our body. And we're just going to place our right hand onto our chest and our left hand onto our belly. Inhale and exhale. Feeling the heartbeat. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. Clasping the hands behind the back this time. Stretching out, really opening up that chest. Feeling the stretch within your feet and within your hands. And almost as if you're looking far beyond the wall. Inhale and exhale. One more breath with your hands hanging there. Inhale. Exhale, releasing those hands. You're going to slowly walk forward with your hands, placing your forehands onto the ground, lengthening your legs behind you, lowering your hips. And we're just going to test out our weight here. So you want to really point into your feet. Inhale and exhale. Either stay here, or if it feels comfortable for your spine, widen out your hands and come back onto those fingertips. And just really feel that stretch within your lower spine. One breath. Inhale. And exhale, lower back down. And really still engage those thighs and point those toes. Inhale, you're going to look over your right shoulder. Exhale, you're going to look over your left shoulder. Inhale, now back to center and over your right. Exhaling back to the left hand side. I'm just going to lower your face all the way down to the floor, bringing your right cheek to the mat. Bring your hands to a cactus shape. Inhale, lifting up your right leg, raveling over, and just really playing out with your hip here, feeling that stretch, and even rotating your ankle. One breath. Exhaling back down to the floor, switching your head to the other side. Picking up your left leg this time, raveling it out, feeling that hip open, raveling your foot. Placing it back down, bringing your hands underneath your shoulders, pushing back into that child's pose position, pushing back into that downward facing dog position. Be here for 2 breaths. Inhale. And exhale, let go of anything else that you don't need. Inhale. And exhale, bending at the knees, looking between the hands. You're going to step and jump to seated between your hands. Stretching your legs forward, coming into that Dandasana position, so pushing into the floor, flexing into the feet. Your ankles are going to come off the floor. Inhale. And exhale, melting over your legs, grabbing hold of your feet or your shins, whatever feels best for you. And just rocking your head to the floor. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. Doesn't matter how bent your knees are, it's absolutely fine. Coming back into that seated position. Creating that diamond shape with your feet, so your feet come together and you're going to open them out like a book. And just look at the story on the bottom of your feet of your journey that you've been on. And keep your spine straight, and you're going to pull yourself forward. But you're not going to go very far, so that's okay. You're just going to feel a really nice stretch within your hips, creating that space for the grounding chakra to keep you grounded. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. Really pulling forward as far as you can go, but not creating any tension. Inhale and exhale. Releasing those feet. Placing both feet in front of you. And we're going to slowly start to move down to the floor now to relaxation. So if you do want to put on any layers, I'm quite warm, I don't know if you guys are too. But you can come down, lifting your arms up. Slowly lowering down, vertebrae by vertebrae, down to the ground. You may start to feel your body shake, but that's absolutely fine. It's just saying it's switching on. And when you can't hold any further, come to a lying down position, but bringing up your knees. And just give yourself that hug, so wrapping your arms all the way around you, bringing your forehead to your knees. And just rock from side to side, giving you that back massage, and just saying thank you for all the work that it's done. Exhaling, straightening out, lengthening both the legs and the hands and the feet, coming to a lying down comfortable position, and make yourself as comfortable as possible for the next few minutes of the practice. Inhale and exhale. So staying lying down now, I'm going to talk you through just the last few minutes to guide your breathing. And just pay attention to your body now as it lies on the floor. We have worked it quite hard over the last 40 minutes or so. So just pay attention to your feet and your toes, and the backs of your heels as they touch to the floor. Pay attention to your ankles, shins, your knees, thighs, hips, both sides of the body, both shoulder blades, both upper arms, both elbows, both forearms, both wrists, both hands, thumbs, first, second, third, fourth fingers. Just take an inhale and focus on how your spine touches the floor, and how every time you breathe, the energy travels all the way from the top of the head, down the spine, down the legs, through your feet, and touch the floor. Slowly start to bring movement back to your hands and your feet. back to your arms and your legs. Hugging your knees back into your chest and giving yourself that roll again. And try and keep your eyes closed here. And rolling onto your left or your right hand side, whatever feels best for you. And coming back up to a comfortable seated position. Keeping the eyes closed. Just placing your hands onto your knees with your palms facing up. This practice, we have created a lot of space within our body, a lot of space within our breath, which helps with the space between the mind. Bring your hands to prayer in front of your chest. Bring it to your forehead for kind thoughts, to your lips for kind words, and your heart for kind gestures. Thank you for sharing this practice with me. Namaste.